Hello everyone, welcome back to our tutorial on computer vision. I'm your instructor Kaustav Tripathi, and today we are going to talk about how to read, write and show images with the help of our Python program. How we can access those images, how we can do the editing on the images, you can pre-process those images, you can use filters, you can process them, and we are also gonna understand how those images are stored inside of the computer, how those images, how computer understand those images. So let's get on to our spider ID and see how everything that we are gonna do. But I want to tell you something that today in this course, I'm not gonna write all those programs all the time. I'm gonna just use. I've already written those programs on my ID as let me show you. Okay, here you can see I've written this whole code over here. Lots of things. Most of the things you will not be able to understand. Some of this basic Python stuff. And this is all I've written so that I don't have to write it again and again so that it wastes a lot of time. Here I can tell you what everything is, how they work, and you will get a good idea of it. And in the previous video, we have already see how to import, how to basically set up Python, OpenCV Python inside of our Python package and how to import that module. And we have seen it and it's working just fine. Import CV2 as it is imported right now. If it is not importing in your computer and you're facing some kind of problem, just put it in the comment section. We will help you ASAP. And then now we're gonna import the images inside of our Python program. We're gonna read those images. It's just like a file handling, how the way we were accessing the files. But in this case, we are not accessing the files, we are accessing the images. Concepts are same, but a little bit of a difference. And so now to access images, you can either upload your own images over there. You can just take some images from the camera and you can put it over there, or you can download the images from the Google, or for learning purpose, for this practicing purpose, OpenCV himself has themselves have created a kind of samples of images through which you can understand this OpenCV concept more clearly. And to access those samples, you need to go to this their website github.com/opencv/opencv. Now here in this link you will see they have this GitHub account over here, and there are lots of files over here. Now you have to go to this samples folder inside this the repository, and now inside the samples folder again there are lots of folders, and this data folder over here. Go to this data folder and you will see these are lots of images over here. You can see JPEG, JPG, XML, JPG, AVI. The videos are also present over here. These are all samples to work with. Now, what I'm gonna do, or what you can do is, I've already downloaded it, so I don't have an option over here. But oh, wait a minute. You can go back and wait a minute. Go back. Yes. Yeah, this was the opening page. github.com/opencv/opencv, and from here you can clone or download it directly to your computer. This whole file, it is around this file is around, I guess, around 100 to 200 MB. You can download it into your computer. You will get all the data related with the OpenCV, and I have already downloaded it actually, and it will be in a zip file. So you need to extract it, and I have extracted in my D drive over here. Let me open it. With this name OpenCV master, I open it, and again same concept, samples and data, and you will get all of these images and videos over here. You see, now we are going to use one of these images to work with. Mostly we are going to use this lana.jpg image, and we are going to input this image to our program. Now to get this image into our program, we need the directory, we need the location of this image, and this is present over here. So we are just going to copy it, copy the address, and we're gonna paste it over here. As I've already pasted it, as you can see it over here. Let me break it down. Okay, let me do a little zoom out so that you can see it. Okay, this is, I've already put the name of the image over here. So now to read any image, the main other syntax is cv2, the module that we are using, dot imread, and then we need to write the location of the image. Now understand one thing, if you are working on a Windows, you need backslashes over here. If you are in Linux or Mac, they are forward slashes. So don't get confused with it. Okay, now put this image, let's run this line, and we are gonna put it inside of an image, image variable. And if we run this line, let's see what happens. F9, and if we go to our variable explorer, you see we have got an image, and it is in the form of an array. Now, it's not an image over here in the variable section. Program has not took it in the form of an image, it took it in the form of an array of size 512, 512, 3. Now this size, what does it mean? Now this 512, 512 is the length and breadth of the image. Yeah, like 512 is the length, and so 512 is the width, and 3 is the number of colors it is using. Basically, images use the color concept of RGB, or you can say PGR color mode: blue, red, and green, blue, green, and red. And all the colors inside of an image are formed with the help of those three colors: blue, green, and red. Just by changing their intensity, their hue or saturation, these colors are formed. So this three over here is the saying that I'm using three colors: blue, red, and green, and it is saying my size is 500 by 500, 512, 512, 3. Okay, you can see it over here like this. This is like for every, basically it doesn't give much of the help to us to understand, because it's a matrix, and you cannot display matrix in this format. But if you see it, these are the color of blue, green, and red. This is blue, this is the intensity of green, and this is the intensity of the red. The intensity of these three colors lies from 0 to 250, 255 basically. And so these are like at this point, at this you can say it goes up to 511, as from 0 to 511. That means it has a total size of 512 by 512, and at each point it is telling you these are the color intensity of all the three colors: 128, 138, 235, and all. Okay, so it is not much of a help to us in this way, looking through here. But if we see this image, if you wanna run this image, I've used this cv2.im show syntax over here, and I've just given our name Lena to that image. It's, you can give it and write anything over here, like whatever you want to write it, it will display on the top of that image icon. I will show you this later. Like here it is showing spider python 3.7 over here at the top. You can see the same way it will show in that kind of a screen the name of that window. And here we pass the argument image, whatever the image that we are trying to show. We right now image in the form of an array, it will accept it in the form of an array, or it is a matrix, and it will display. Now this cv2.wait key tells us for how much time we want that window to be displayed. Right now we have not given it any argument, so it is gonna display for like infinite time until we press any key to the, until we give it any kind of an input, or if we give it like some argument like 5000, the screen will gonna wait for like 5 seconds. Then here this another line I've written: cv2.destroy all windows. Now this is a very important line. Always remember, whenever you are showing an image, you need these two lines with yourself. Now what it does, it whatever the window where your image is being shown, it destroy that window whenever you press any key, whenever this line interprets. If you don't do this, then your program will get hang up, and you need to restart your kernel and everything. again you need to run the whole program to access up to that point. So remember to use this line always whenever you are showing an image. So now let's run this part and see what happens. F9, and here you can see I've got this image over here, and you can see in the top, this is what I'm talking about, Lena word over here. You can write whatever you want, and this was the image that we have used from that directory, Lena.jpg. Now if I press any key from my computer, it destroys all windows, and again I'm on the next. Now you know the shape of the image I've already shown in the variable section, but again you can, if I print it out, you can see this 512, 512, 3. Now I can also write that image. Like right now I've copied this, I've took this file from my D drive in OpenCV master. There's this folder. Here it was present, this a.pd. Now let's put it into our own working directory. So what I'm going to do is cv2.imwrite lena1.jpg from my image. Now this is how we write an image into a, write that array of image into an image and save it into a computer. Now if I execute this line, now it gives me an output true. That means it runs perfectly fine. And you can see in my working directory there is a file name right now at 1:34 p.m. lena1.jpg. Now we've got this file in our working directory. Okay, we can even test it out. We can again run all those lines. First we will read it. Now if we are accessing from a working directory, we need to put the dot defines that use the working directory, and then slash lena1.jpg. Now if I run it, all of this code, F9, and again you see here, I've got this image again back over here, and if I press any key, it gets accepted. Or if I, what I do, I write here 5000, okay, and again if I run it, now let's see what happens. Now image is shown over here, and it is gonna be here for like 5 seconds as gonna remove automatically. So this is working with the image, how you can access, read, write, and show the images. Now that was the colored image we were talking about. We had in the shape section, if you see, we have like 3 colors BGR. But what if we don't want a BGR color? We want only one color. We want it in black and white. You know, black and white is based on only one color, intensity of the white color or the black color. And basically the intensity of the black color we talk about here. If the intensity is high, it will be black. If the intensity is low, it will be white. So to do this, we have this change color, changing it from BGR to gray or gray to BGR or other formats. We have this cv2.cvt color. Then we pass as a argument image and the cv2.color underscore BGR to gray. Now what it does, it converts your image into a black and white. Let's see, F9. Okay, gray Lena is a another variable is created with the name gray Lena, and you see it has 512, 512, and earlier it was 512, 512, 3. Now it has only one index, one color mode only. That's why there is no need to write 512, 512, 1. It is already understood. See, okay. So you can see here it is uh, kind of a, we convert into a 2D matrix time. And if we again do the cv2.show and run all of this code, you see over here it becomes a black and white image. There are no colors from which we were having earlier, but right now there are no colors over here. Now this is how we convert our image to a black and white image. Then there are lots of things over here to work with the images, like now need to clear one thing. When we were working with these black and white images, we had only one color code over there, that is 1. We don't have BGR or these colors. We have one color code, and we were working with its intensity, it's only one color intensity. Okay, the higher the intensity, the darker the color will be, lower the intensity, the color will be lower. Like whatever the value will give over here, it will define its intensity of that color of that place. Okay, But in the same way, right now, if I again input this line over here, again read the image, okay, image is red, and I'm gonna split the this CVT dot split. What it does, it divides the intensity of all those three colors into each separate variable. So if I run this line, there are I got three variables B, G, R, and all of this size is 500, 512 by 512 because they are these colors are defining the intensity at every place. Now what B has its own blue color intensity. The number of that intensity blue is storing for each place in the image. Same thing is done by the green and same thing is in the R, blue, green and red. So what CV2 split did, it just took the intensity of each color and gave it put it in a separate variable of BGR. Now, if I run all these three folders, I'm gonna, right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use okay, what when we were showing the images, like here we are showing them as CV2 dot I'm show Lena and I'm giving it an image. What I was passing here basically an array over here in that image. Okay, we were passing this 512, 512, 3 array. Then when we were working with a gray image, we were again passing the array 512, 512. Right now also I'm passing the array 512, 512 in the R, you can see. But this time the intensity is based on the intensity of the color R in that image. Okay, it will be a black and white image obviously because we are giving it only a one index, one color, but that black and white intensity will be depend on the intensity of the red color in that image or the intensity of the blue color in that image or the third line intensity of the green color in that image. So let me show you the let me run all of these images. I'll show these images and okay yes, and this one there is a little bit of an error. Image it will be okay. Now for run designs, I've got these four folders. Let's see first the original image. Now you see this is the original image. You can see here we have the little bit of our intensity of red is high. Here in this section intensity of blue is high, and this is the original image. Now let's check it out this blue image over here. Okay, you see uh, now here you see this section is dark over here. This section is darker. Why? Because the intensity of the blue is high, and when in black and white images, what happens when we are giving it only one color index? The if the intensity is high, it becomes dark. If the intensity is low, it becomes light. So same thing is okay. Wait a minute. So same thing is here. You see here the blue intensity of the blue is low. We hardly see any blue color, or we hardly see any mixture of blue in here. So what it does here, you can see intensity is more to the towards the white, but where the intensity of blue is high, you can see here the intensity of blue is dark. Intensity in this section is darker in comparison to other sections. Same way we talk about the this green image over here. Now, basically when we are talking about the blue color, this is not exactly blue. This is not exactly red. These are all the mixtures of the blue, red, and green. All of those three intensities are mixed together to form these colors. Okay, if we max out all the intensities of three colors, it will form a black color. If we min the minimum, use the minimum intensity of all these three colors, it will form the white color. So this is like in the art class we mix the colors and create new colors with it. Same thing here. It is creating all kinds of colors with the help of red, green, and blue. So same thing is over here. Now in this you can see you can find out where the intensity of green is high and where it is low. Same way we can do with a red image. We can find out where the intensity of red is high, where the intensity of red is low in creating forming these colors. So this is how this is basically used to identify the color distribution inside of our images. Now let's close all these images. Okay. We can now, if you are watching it separately, we can also merge them up together. And if we merge all of these three like this with the help of a CV2 dot merge over here and give it all three BGR, it will again form the merged image, the original image basically. And we can also do one thing. Yeah, right now we have given it BGR over here. We can increase the intensity. Let's say I give it an intensity increase its intensity by 100. Okay. If it is gonna cross the range of 255, it's gonna be stopped at 255. Use the maximum or the less. Okay. I have increased the intensity of the red in the image, and let's see what happens right now. Now you see the intensity of red is increased all over this image over here. Wherever, whatever, how much amount of red is being used, it has been maxed out. Same way we can do with the we can increase the intensity of the green over here, and let's run it again. Let's see what happens. You see the intensity of green, wherever the green color is being used, its intensity is being maxed out. I've used plus 100, means the intensity is increased by 100. If the intensity if somewhere is 120, then it will become 220. So you can see the image. It's a lot of greenish where. So this is all about working with the images. You know, we will see further in the video. We will more see how we can work with this, how we can use different kinds of. We can create our own filters and we can pre-process these images. We can create shapes. We can write on these images. But this is all we will see in the further videos in the further course. So let's end this over here. Just practice it out. See what else you can do with these concepts over here. Okay, there is this color bgr2.gray. You can use other things like if I let me show you cv2 dot color. You can see a bgr2.gray, bgr2.hsv. HSV is based on hue, saturation, and visualization. Then RGB to gray, gray to BGR. All this gray to RGB. Now we were using right now BGR concept. Okay, BGR to gray. You can also convert it to RGB to gray. So the first index will be of red, then green, then blue. Right now we are using blue, green, and red. So it's your choice whatever you wanna use it. It will not create much difference, but there are lots of things. Try on these, experiment on these, and I'll see you in the next video.